It is story time on Kansas Sports Chatter. Rickie Peterson, one of the staff writers for Acacia Covered, joining us on the program here this week. Hey, Rickie, I mean, for you, like, I know you go out to a ton of different games throughout the week, and especially for football on Thursdays or Fridays, and you've seen a lot of eight-man football as well, and especially in that western part, that northwest part of the state. There's some pretty good teams. Some teams that are kind of maybe I don't know. We'll say surprises, but have done
Mhm.
maybe better than most people expected. How about like Trego? Like for you, like you talk about nearby, like Trego's a remarkable season this year.
Yeah, for sure. And we knew they would be better this year. Last year they got off to an 0-4 start, ended up finishing 4-5, and we knew they would take a step forward this year. I think it has been a surprise about how much of a contender they've been. I'd say right now they've had one of the better resumes in eight-player Division One. When you look at their wins over Hill City and Rollins County, but last week was the big test for them. We were talking about bringing them into the rankings a couple of weeks ago after they beat Rollins County, and Brent Maycock and I decided, well, let's wait and see what they do against Wichita County, which has been probably the best team in eight-player Division One over the last few years when you look at their entire body of work. So in that game, Wichita County came out on just really they're a really tough team to stop with Cashton Young, who's a dynamic quarterback, and he had 4 rushing touchdowns in the first half, and it was like, man, how are they going to stop this kid? Wichita County took a 12-point lead at half, and Trego's credit, they made some good adjustments, put a couple linebackers on him, and Jack Connis and Cass Smith, and they were able to kind of neutralize him enough to where Wichita County was going to have to do some different things and start passing a little bit more, and that really worked into Trego's favor because they had a couple huge turnovers, probably the play of the game. Um, Trego had just tied it up, and their quarterback slash defensive back, Ashton Wynn, reads a screen pass over the middle and intercepts it and takes it to the house. And that was really the boost they needed because they were in control for the rest of the way after that. But yeah, that was just a huge confidence boost for that team. Probably one of the bigger wins in recent history when you consider that Wichita County. I believe that was their first regular season loss against an in-state opponent since 2021. So
Wow.
that was a big time win for Trego, and that's a team that's riding a lot of confidence. They got a really good senior class led by Ashton Wynn and Cass Smith and then Aaron Sampson and some newcomers that have really made an impact early. And Jared Ashenbrenner is one of those freshmen that's been a really good weapon for him. So now we'll just kind of see if they can continue to make noise in that class, in that eight-player Division One class, and I think they will because that win against Wichita County will go a long way in getting them a district title, I believe.
Yeah, Pat Haxton has those Golden Eagles flying high right now. And I think a thing I like about eight man this year, Rickie, is maybe a little bit more balance than eight man two. Like I think a lot of people think that eight man two probably has those top 3 teams or so that are clear cut favorites. Not to say that there aren't some heavyweights in eight-man Division One this year, but it almost seems like there's also some of those teams that have undefeated seasons that are maybe we're still waiting to see if they're for real. I think there's some of those teams that could be really good. You're just kind of waiting for the strength of schedule.
Yeah, particularly in D1. I believe now the strength of schedule hasn't been there yet, but I believe South Central has kind of separated themselves as the favorite in eight-man Division One, just with what they've had what they brought back from last year. After that, I feel like there's a lot of teams that are just in the mix. You got in our rankings, Little River number 2, followed by Central Plains, then Trego, then Madison. Those teams are right there together, I believe. And then the breakout team that has been really fun to watch. Another one is Lincoln. And Lincoln is looking for their first playoff win ever, and I think they're well on their way to do that. So they're another kind of exciting team, and we'll see how far they can go this year.
Rickie, if anyone wants to see those rankings from you guys and KSHSAA covered, where do they go and when do they come out?
They come out every Sunday, usually about midday Sunday, maybe sometime in the evening on KSHSAAcover.com, and we throw them out to all our socials, so you can find them on Facebook and Twitter as well.
Good stuff, Rickie. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Cole. Good being with you.
As Rickie Peterson, one of the KSHSAA covered staff writers, that'll do it for Storytime.